Welcome back to milduraweekly.com.au. This is Talk of the Town, and once again we're talking politics in the lead up to the May 18 federal election. I'm joined today by Greens candidate for the seat of Mallee, Nicole Rowan. Nicole, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be on Talk of the Town.
Now, as we said, the election's on May 18. It's coming fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
In your opinion, what are the key issues for you heading into this election, and from what you're hearing from the constituents?
Yeah, so I guess across Australia the key issues are we need a government that governs for the people. We can no longer have government that makes interest in the best interest of their political donors. We actually need better decision making, and so people know that if they want change, they've got to change their vote. They've got to look carefully at who the candidates are, whether they're parties or independents, what are their policies, what do they stand for, can they be relied on, can they be trusted. So, I know that people are really considering much more carefully who they vote for and who they preference as well, because your preferences are very powerful. It's not just who you put one, it's who you put 2, 3, 4 and 5 as well. So people are considering that carefully, and that's a good thing. The part of the issue with better governance is about having a federal anti-corruption body. People want the things investigated that look like they're corrupt, and we're seeing a lot of them at the moment. And in particular, we're seeing a lot of potential corruption in relation to water and the handling of the Murray-Darling Basin.
Do you refer mainly to the Watergate issue that's popped up in the last couple of weeks?
Yes. I've been following the Watergate for quite a while on Twitter, and it was certainly happening on Twitter before it actually got into the mainstream media. So that's very concerning, very, very concerning that we are making huge payments of taxpayer money to entities, and those monies are ending up in a tax haven. Now, I'm a tax lawyer, I'm a tax trainer, I've worked with a regulator for the ATO, and this is something that is such a great concern. It has to be investigated. What the Nationals and Liberals are proposing in terms of having the Auditor General have a look at it, that's not enough. That's not enough. There needs to be a royal commission into this. It needs to be publicly investigated, but also not just this, but all of the handling of the Murray-Darling Basin Authority, all the decisions that have been made, how they've been made, who they've been made by, and the influences when those decisions have been taken, who's been influencing them. It's of great concern, and I'm very concerned about the impact for graziers, farmers, growers, food producers and communities downstream from the large cotton growers upstream. It really is hurting us, and then of course that hurt flows all the way down to South Australia as well. It's really problematic, and the Murray is hurting because of the way that the Darling's being treated.
Now, our viewers would recognise you from the most recent Victorian state election. This is actually back-to-back elections for you,
yes,
having had a crack at the upper house in Victoria. Do you think that puts you in a better stead with our I guess, Mildura-based voters who have seen a bit of you before in the lead up to the Victorian vote?
I think so, and certainly that's been the feedback I'm getting. As soon as I announced, I just had so many people contacting me, and that's been fantastic. I haven't had to do a lot of reach out myself because everyone's been coming to me, and I'm really grateful for that. Grateful that the community has really embraced me on yet another visit. So again, it's a couple of times that I've been here this year, as well as 5 visits last year during the campaign. So it's not difficult for me to visit Mildura. I love the place and I love the people. It was hard to back up, can I say. I was pretty tired after the Northern Victorian campaign. I really put my heart and soul into that, as I would certainly put my heart and soul into representing the people of the Mallee. I grew up here at Woomalang, part of the Simpson family, on a sheep and wheat farm there, and I love the place. It was always hard to leave, but we know that so many young people have to leave for work and education reasons. And that's some of the things that we can address by really investing in our rural communities. The Greens have some great plans to bring rural health professionals to places like Mildura, and we know that there's a great need for that.
Just finally, ballot positions were drawn earlier this week. You managed to draw last. Is that a concern for you that you're the last name on the ballot?
No, not at all. I'm just looking for some reverse donkey votes. No, I really think people need to really consider their vote carefully. I encourage everyone to do that. Don't waste your vote. Don't draw a picture. Draw a picture somewhere else. But when you come to vote, it's so powerful. Your vote matters. We've seen with other elections that they get decided by a handful of votes, and that certainly could be the case with the Mallee. There's so much momentum for change. It's going to, I think, be decided on the preferences. So as I said, who you put first, matters, and I'd encourage you all to vote One Greens.
Thank you, Nicole, for coming in and joining me.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
Be sure to tune back into milduraweekly.com.au for more videos.